morning, students. Today we will have to discuss the genetic disorders, and it is one of the disorders is the phenylketonuria. Phenylketonuria. We have discussed previously that the main cause of this genetic disorder is the changes of the arrangement of the nucleotides. That is point mutation. And the cause of the point mutation is the severe problems in the arrangement of the protein, arrangement of the amino acids, and that disarrangement of the amino acid is the cause of the formation of the certain something else which will not be formed inside the body. In this case, it has been observed that this genetic disorders is autosomal recessive one, and it is called metabolic disorder because this disorder is the cause of not formation or the malformation of the enzyme that is called phenylalanine hydrolase. This is one of the enzymes which is responsible to convert the phenylalanine to tyrosine. But due to lack of this particular enzyme, what happens? The accumulation of the phenylalanine takes place. Because due to lack of this enzyme, the tyrosine is not been formed. And in normal cases, it has been observed that phenylalanine should be converted to tyrosine, and the accumulation of the phenylalanine should not be take place inside the body. And this accumulation is the cause of the retardation of the brain or malfunctioning of the brain. And this is one of the significant symptom of this genetic disorder, that is phenylketonuria, and that is heritable disease. Because of enzyme which is not been formed, it is called metabolic disorders. Next disease we will have to discuss, that is called color blindness. It is called color blindness. It is also genetic disorders, and generally it is called red-green color blindness. This problem is due to the lack of sensitivity of the certain cone cells. In case of the color blind person, it has been observed that the certain cone cells are not sensitive. If the red cone cell is not sensitive, then they can't diagnose the red color. If the green is not sensitive, they can't diagnose the. But it is also genetic disorders, but it is a sex-linked disease. Sex-linked disease. Because of that, it is very much common in the male. We know that a male have XY chromosome and a female have XX chromosome. This Y is only responsible for the maleness, and they are not responsible to carry any characters, but X is responsible for the carrying characters, and that is 2 in it. This one is the sex-linked recessive. Sex-linked recessive, and it can be diagnosed as C. It means this X is sufferer. This X is sufferer. This X is sufferer. We can say like this also. Now, better to study it with the help of the a pedigree chart. Suppose a male whose father is colorblind. Father is colorblind. Marriage with the female, which is normal, having 3 offsprings, 2 daughters and 1 son. What will be the genotype of this one? We will have to see. A father, a male having colorblind father. Colorblind father means this one. Colorblind father means this one. And there is no any diagnosis that the mother is colorblind or normal. This son is due to this Y. And if the mother is normal, then X will be from here. And then XX. Then this is the case where not a single colorblind offspring is there. Of course, their father is colorblind. Now we'll have to change. That if a male whose father is colorblind marries with the female who is colorblind. His father is colorblind. His father is colorblind. But only Y is here from the father. It means XY. And the marriage with the colorblind female. Then what happens? This one. This one. This one. And this one. It means all are affected, but these 2 are colorblind and these 2 are carrier. These are the carrier daughter and both the son are colorblind. This is also called Mendelian disorders. Now we will have to discuss about the chromosomal disorders. It is due to non-disjunction. Due to non-disjunction. One of the chromosomal disorder is the Down syndrome, and that is called 21st trisomy. 21st trisomy. We know that the 46 chromosomes are there, and during gametization, a set of 23 chromosomes. And when the gamete fused, then 23 pairs of the chromosome will be there. If due to non-disjunction, due to certain disorders, if the number of 21st chromosome is 3 in place of 2, then this disease is caused. And the symptom of this disease is firstly the very low IQ, protruded tongue, eye is Mongolian, nose, face is very round like that, always fingers are, it is open hand. There are so many disorders, and mostly it has been observed they are sterile. In case of Cliffner syndrome, It is XXY. In this case, what happens? In normal cases, the two gametes are formed, XX and XY. Then normally either XX or XY or anything will happen. Suppose due to the certain disorders, this separation will be take place, and here the separation can't be take place. They will not be separated into two forms. And if the fusion is like this, then this is the cause of the Cliffner syndrome. In this case, what happens? The male having female characters, just like in large breast, the voice is like female like, the ovaries are the testis is very much reduced, non-functional, but they looks like, it means we can say that it is the male having female characters. The same thing, if this X is fused with the 0, then it is called XO. Then this is the cause of the Turner syndrome. Both are the case of non-disjunction. So here we will say that all are the cause of the non-disjunction, and this is called chromosomal disorders. We will have to learn, the students go through the symptom of all the diseases and the cause of the diseases. First thing is very much important. The question is like that: what is Down syndrome? What is the cause of the Down syndrome, and what are the symptoms of the Down syndromes? The same way, what are the Cliffner syndrome? Why Cliffner syndrome take place? What is the Turner syndrome, and why they are called chromosomal disorders? And what do you mean by here non-disjunctions? So these are the certain disorders. In next class, we will discuss about the mutation.